Welcome back, Doodle Crew. It's nice to
Hello.
be back again. Hello. We're happy to be back. I'm going to apologize. My audio might be bad, but I'm going to do my best. So we're back, and this time we're doing something totally crazy because not only are we drawing spooky prompts, we are drawing spooky prompts from the chat. So we are letting our lovely Doodle friends decide what it is that we draw tonight. But as we get ready and get warmed up, for that, I will go around, introduce yourselves, tell people where they can find you. So, Kia, I'll start with you.
Oh, okay. There we go. Spooky ghosts. So yeah, I go by Kia or Kia Creations pretty much everywhere on social media, though Instagram is usually where I kind of lurk the most. I mainly do super cute things and sparkly and bubbly and pink and purple, so this will be a lot of fun. Plus also practicing getting random prompts and having to quickly come up with ideas for them. So super excited, if not incredibly nervous. But 'tis the season for spooky, so
Yeah. No, I think that feeling is kind of the same. Like, excited and also, oh boy, what have I done? Very recently, birthday boy, Joey, who are you and where can people find you?
Hello, you can find me everywhere on the interwebs at S2E5. Apologize if I'm a little lethargic to start the stream. I made a mistake of eating just before we went on. And much like a river crocodile, I have to lay on the bank for several hours after consuming a meal.
I love it. Yeah, I also ate and had a crazy day, so this might be a sleepy stream. But Vic, I have no doubt that you can carry it for us.
Oh, cool.
So where are you and where can people find you?
I'm Vic, at Idstar on most things except TikTok because someone else got in there first. So that's Vic at Vic Idstar, which is not confusing at all. Mostly I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and I draw comics and other nerdy stuff. I've got a comic book webcomic you can read at dragoons.com, or you can buy the physical printed thing, which I'm recently holding myself accountable for not promoting at all. So here you go. There's my self-promo for the stream.
Officially promoted. Absolutely.
Yes.
No, that's awesome.
Job
Yay! All right. So just a reminder for anybody who's showing up in chat, we are doing spooky chat prompts tonight. If you have an idea that you would like to see the artist draw, drop it into chat. If we get enough of them, you will get each artist drawing something different. So yeah, let us know. Let us know what spooky things you want us to draw. And we, for the next 2 hours, are at your disposal. So let's see what you come up with. Lord, give us strength. We got some in the chat already. Oh, and yeah, I'm a swan named Emily. I'm sorry. I forgot who I am. I'm the person currently having tech issues. So that's who I am. But you're on my channel, so you know that I can do this successfully from time to time. And as always, follow us across the internet at Doodle Crew Draw. If you end up drawing anything at home and want to show us, yeah, tag us. Shout out at us at Twitter and the things. Do the things because we like to see art. All right. Oh, all right. So we have 3 options already floating around in chat. We have a computer being haunted by a ghost. We have a smoking jack-o'-lantern, and we also have too many eyes. I'm just going to leave that there because that's what we were given. So.
What color? Green. Green.
you're thematic. You're gonna cause problems.
Says, Mom, I'm a whole aesthetic.
Right? It's like I fit here.
So I know Joey and I have had, the pleasure of being at Comic Cons together and getting to do different drink and draws and prompts like this, but I don't think I've done much of this outside of silliness in the daily or the weekly Twitch streams. So I'm kind of excited for this random prompting.
I'll sometimes do it with friends if we're just kind of, especially during quarantine, just getting together. And I just happen to have my tablet out. We'll just like start just making really funny suggestions. But yeah, I don't think outside of like yeah, like Doctor Sketches is the only thing I can think that really compares.
Yeah. Yeah, I think outside of, Drawloween, Drawtober, Inktober, all of that, I don't usually do a lot of like just random prompt based stuff, even though there's Mermay, there's Huevember, there's all the different things. So
I haven't done like a random art prompt Inktober in several years because I usually try and turn it into some sort of cohesive project. But I do miss doing random art prompts.
yeah. Because I think sometimes, at least for me, it eliminates my brain having to work extra hard to come up with stuff. And sometimes it's just, here's a word or here's a thing, draw the thing. Like, I can do that. I can draw the thing. Ooh. All right. I'm trying to think how I'm going to keep track of all of these. But also, Mayor Squish has a wonderful additional suggestion. We have a cat pushing a lit candle off a ledge, which I don't say too loud because I don't want somebody to get any ideas. No, there are no lit candles currently in my apartment, so
That is scary on multiple fronts, isn't it?
it really is. Yeah, pyromaniac cat is not what I want. Also, Sonata Mag throws out a mimic.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Halloween mimic.
Well, I might be able to.
Thing of candy.
I might be able to kill two birds with one stone.
Go up there.
Did we change the color? Oh, we did that. Okay.
I don't know if Mayor Squish meant smoking a cigar, but that's what I went with.
I think that's the fun thing is they can give us the prompts, but it is up to us to interpret as we see fit. Hey! Nicely done. Yeah, so thank you, Mayor Squish, on it as always. So if you would like to make a suggestion, wow, I can't talk. If you'd like to make a suggestion, type an exclamation point and then S and then your suggestion, I think. Yeah. And that should that will add it to our ongoing tally so we can access that, and I don't have to be responsible for remembering all of them.
The concentration.
Working up some masterpieces here. Yeah. Hey, cool. Thank you, Dal. Also, Nicole, since you're already doing all of the things for me, will you also send me the link to that so I can remember how to look at those suggestions? I'm really good at this.
Okay. She keeps stepping on my keyboard.
Oh no.
And
Heard you were live on the
hotkeys-
internet.
hotkeys being what they are.
Mom, I'm helping. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah.
I find it sometimes interestingly difficult to draw something that's genuinely spoopy and that isn't in some way silly or cute, like a comedy spoopy.
I mean,
I don't know how you guys fare with stuff like that, but
I'm just leaning into it. We had a whole conversation on one of the more recent Halloween themed shows where I don't do anything spooky, so it's all spoopiness. Oh, what up, Kurt? Hello. Yeah, I did recently draw a kind of horror thing, but even with that, I think it was still a little bit more silly than
that's what I find.
scary.
The scariest thing I ever drew was a skull with eyeballs in it. The drawing itself wasn't terribly scary, but I animated it into a GIF so that after you looked at it for like a couple of seconds, the eyeballs just suddenly like flickered to the side. And I had a lot of people, because I put it on Twitter, and a lot of people shouted at me for it because they stared at it and didn't realize it was a picture. But the drawing itself was still very like round and cutesy.
Can still be unsettling.
Yeah.
That'd be a movie where the group of teenagers don't get lost in a old haunted mansion. They get lost in like a cutesy little kawaii apartment or like a store. But then everything is still haunted. But adorably so.
I mean, I'd watch that.
It's just like My Little Ponies coming after you. Friendship is magic.
Your death will be magical too.
I mean, that feels like a My Little Pony spoof already.
It really does.
You can see that in an actual episode.
Be our friends forever. The magic is you never leave.
Play with us forever.
There it is.
I love it. I love it
Never
so much.
grow old.
Oh, that's a good point. Kurt says, definitely sounds like a Rick and Morty world. Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's super fun. Like, I look up at the screen and how far behind my playback of my drawing tablet is from where I'm actually at. So, like, look, it looks like I'm drawing hands-free right now. But
you're just that good.
I'm doing it with the power of the mind. Or it's the ghosts that I got on board to join this spooky live stream. They're the ones drawing for me.
I wish I could get ghosts to work while I was like doing other stuff.
I was gonna say, I wish that was it. Like, would you sell your soul to the devil for riches, immortality? It's like, no, I just wanted to get all the drawings in my head done.
Can they just do cleanup for me? Like, what, seriously? You're like, yeah, like I have these great ideas, but I don't want to ink them. Could they just take care of that?
I would just like some ghost color flatters, please.
I'd love it. Just be like, you know what, sweetie, you look really tired. Sure, you can have this one for free.
Yeah, this one's on us.
Imagine that, like,
go ahead.
oh, it's like a ghost showing up to haunt somebody, and they turn up, and it's an artist who's passed out at their desk, and instead of haunting them, they're like, "Oh, I feel bad," so they're gonna just do all their work for them.
Secretly, it works out because there was a demon down there that didn't really want to like possess people. He just wanted to be an artist too. It's like, this is my break.
Now, this really is an episode of My Little Pony, isn't it?
All the little happy demons. Yeah, Nicole, I feel like I tackled this one really fast. I can't imagine I'm not having great inspiration for what's currently going on. I'm just like, nope. Randall says, I don't think Joey's has enough eyeballs.
No, it's got to have more. It's got too many eyes. So if it only has enough, then that's too few.
More.
I feel like the issue with mine isn't so much the volume of eyeballs as it is the size of the head.
The true horror of mine is lung cancer. It doesn't have lungs. So it's something like unhealthy. Not sure what. After school special. Smoking pumpkin.
He does look like the bad character. Like he's gonna try and get the good kid. Be like, no, kid, you gotta smoke. It's cool.
Stay
As soon as I heard smoking pumpkin, I was like, oh yeah, like the old 1920s Disney cartoons where like they smoke these giant cigars.
Yeah.
Or, like I can see like in old Bugs Bunny cartoons or Looney Tunes, it was like Sylvester smoking.
Yep.
That's immediately what I went with.
I also think of the one character from Little Nemo.
Oh yeah,
Like that. Like
about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Randall. I forgot about that. Shame on me.
Del, that's a great point. He does remind me of Merv Pumpkinhead from Sandman. That's a good call. All right.
So who's got some fun Halloween plans planned?
I'm going to the Ren Fair the day before Halloween for my
Nice.
birthday. And
That's
then
fun.
we're doing trick-or-treating because I absolutely love handing out candy. I grew up in an area that didn't have kids, so I'm oddly excited for trick-or-treating.
That's awesome.
I wish we got trick or treaters around here. We don't really, because I would be equally excited to hand out candy. Because being English, we didn't really do Halloween very much growing up. I say being English, basically with my parents being stubbornly English.
I was gonna ask because I realized that was a lot of the commercial aspects of it are very American, but I didn't know how much that translated across the pond.
It's kind of catching on more and more, but like it's a very American thing. Like the perception of it is that it's a very American thing. So like kids want to do it because they see it in movies and stuff and they see it on TV. But like the older generations don't really go for it very much. Like my own parents would be like, oh, so American. But then my dad also refuses to high five on the basis that it's too American. So he's not necessarily a litmus test for all British people. But it certainly hasn't got the same, like there were always occasional kids trick-or-treating when I was growing up. I wasn't allowed to trick-or-treat because it was very American. and my mum was absolutely not going to take us, and otherwise it would be just dangerous to wander around the streets on your own when it's dark as a child.
Yeah.
You can do it during the daytime. You just go play for miles during the daytime, but at nighttime it's a cut-off point. But it is, as I say, catching on a little bit more as time goes by now.
So do you have additional fun planned, Joey, or did you do all your fun and are now going to take a break?
I might hit up Tagsylvania this weekend for the last weekend, but yeah, we did Halloween Horror Nights down in Orlando, so that was probably our big hurrah.
It's a pretty good one, to be fair.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. They had Beetlejuice this year.
Aw.
That was really cool. Like they had the model of the town in one of the rooms, like they had in the attic in the movie, and
that's cool.
Yeah, like all the actors were really good. I think they must have had like a dozen different people playing Beetlejuice, but they were all really good throughout the whole thing, and it was really cool.
That's awesome. What am I doing? Right over here. Also, I love it. Sonata Meg in chat says to Vic, "Who hurt your dad?" I enjoy that.
I think there's two kinds of English people. There's people who think America is cool, and there's people who wear their disdain for America like a badge of honor. Like not seriously, but like in a sort of lighthearted, fun way.
That's fair.
Yeah. Again, I don't even have an excuse, and sometimes I'm just like, can I just not be from here right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So Ace of the Jungle says there's a town thing at our local park showing movies, including Hocus Pocus, personal favorite, and having fun for the kids the day before. We might go do that. Then on Halloween night, it's Doctor Who. Nice.
Oh, that's right. There's the Doctor Who.
That sounds lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I'm playing a tabletop one-shot on Halloween with our D&D group.
That's
I'm not actually
awesome.
playing D&D. I'm made a new game system for fun because what is sleep? So I'm going to play that instead.
That sounds awesome.
Hopefully it should be really spoopy.
Yay!
That's the theory. As long as I don't have to draw any of it, at which point it will then lose all of its spoop.
All right. Oh, man. I'm torn. I think I might go. So Mayor Squish dropped another one in chat for us. Tween Wolf, which is today's today's Drawloween prompt. So I think I might noodle with that.
I just realized like I've got stuck into shading and I'm missing the point of being able to do multiple prompts.
That's the beautiful thing is this is a Doodle Crew special, so we can do whatever we want. And
we
were nervous in the beginning, but we had to remind ourselves that we have all the power.
We have all the power.
There it is.
But I was stuck on the same thing, shading. I was like, oh, maybe I should.
Maybe I should move on to the next one. They say, carry on drawing what I'm drawing. Just do a really rough shading job, I think. That's the plan. Middle ground.
I was also thinking, like, I definitely took the lazy route where I was just like, I don't want to color this. I'm going to go to the next thing. That is literally my thought
We
process.
make
I was
the
like,
rules.
no, yeah.
What do we think, chat? Too many eyes yet?
It really looks so cool.
It does. I love it. I can't believe that given the option not to shade something, I have opted to shade it.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
What's wrong with me? Just a glutton for punishment.
Okay, once again, I don't actually know what that sound was, but it definitely just sounded like ghosts, like being spoopy in the background. I
Yep.
like it.
Is that at yours on your end?
I have no idea.
Just the disembodied sound of Twitch viewers of past. Just lost in the system.
Turbotastic.
Oh, if you end up haunting a internet website, oof, that would be rough.
Depends on the website.
Yeah, this guy just walks up to Claire in the sewer. He's like, hey, he's looking at you, kid.
Yes, Sonata Meg. I don't think any of us are purposely making spoopy noises. I think the the ghosts of all of our drawing pasts are haunting us tonight. And yes, it is very much all the punks that Mayor Squish has brought the banhammer down on.
Hi, Kendall. I don't know anything. Shit. Oh, it's out there. Yeah, I can get up. Sorry. Love you. My whole family came to say hi.
Aww.
Looking for something
stars.
that was actually in the other room all the whole time.
That's not how arms work.
I feel like that's not how arms work. Could be a spooky prompt.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
one.
Blech. I like it. It gives me the shudders, but I like it.
I think I'll call it for Smoking Pumpkin and move on to another chat.
Yeah, I might do
I like
that.
him though. He's definitely got some great, like, really snarky voice actor behind him, and I love it.
Sounds like he like gargles nails and sandpaper to get that
Yes.
that voice.
Yes. Salute the fallen. Hi, hello, welcome. Lurking while doing boss fights. Excellent. Aw. Sad. Cthulhu Christ 49 got called into work instead of watching spooky videos. That's disappointing. That's the real haunting.
Boo hiss.
Yeah.
All right, what other prompts have we got? What have we got?
All right. So,
And
The prompt incoming, it looks like.
oh, okay. Well, Cthulhu Christ is about to drop one. I will also remind you, we still have ones we have not done yet. We have monster cupcakes, and we have the cat pushing a lit candle off of the ledge.
Oh, I do like monster cupcakes.
I just did a cat, but the cat and the lit candle one sounds funny.
You could have a theme. Everything has a cat in it.
Good. Could just be non-stop cats all evening.
You have us on the edge of our seats, Cthulhu Christ.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
Like,
Oh, okay. Oh, geez. Oh, I'm going to say that name wrong, and you're going to laugh at me. But, all right. So, Cthulhu Christ puts out there, draw your favorite cartoon or anime character, but after Bondrude,
You got that right.
hey, brings them back up from the 6th layer of the abyss. So, yeah, I like it.
all right.
And I just want you to know that in my brain, all I could think of for your drawing, Joey, was spooky titties. That's what my brain said.
Got my screen to catch up a bit.
Now that's all I'm thinking.
I don't think that's Twitch appropriate, is it?
No, probably not. But if you'd like to see more spooky titties, follow Joey at S2E5 Mage across the internet.
Yeah, that's basically all my Twitter is.
Let's think.
Mayor Squish says, the best pitch for Joey's Twitter.
I decided I'm going to do a double, and I'm doing spooky cupcakes with a mimic.
Oh, that's right. There was a mimic. I'm glad you remembered. Okay. Yeah. Also, just gonna throw this up there again. If anybody who is new in chat or looking around, if you want to throw out something for the artist to draw, enter !S and then your prompt into chat. It'll get added in, and we will read aloud and yeah, pick from there and have some fun. Greeny fellas, hello, hi there. The cupcake bites back. Yeah.
Has dispensers that bite you.
Once again, I'm coming back to My Little Pony, where like one of them is super cute and goes to take a bite of it, and the cupcakes just then like attach their little snout, and it's actually adorable. Pez dispensers that bite you, Kurt. I've had that happen if I'm not being careful with the Pez dispensers, so I feel that on a deep, deep level.
What flavor cupcake? Chocolate cupcake?
Death by chocolate.
Green.
Red velvet
Inexplicable green.
hides the blood.
Ooh, yes.
That was good.
That needs to go on an apron stat, doesn't it? No one can spot blood on a red velvet.
I don't like this. It's so good.
Now I just see
Faint.
some 1920s housewife with like the giant butcher knife, but like holding a red velvet cake. And you can't tell if it's dripping off of it as like the red velvet dye or the knife. Obviously from her horrible husband who probably deserved it.
So if you want a comic book that is basically that, pick up Lady Killer, because it is awesome and it is illustrated by Joelle Jones, who I think is dope. And it's got amazing like 50s, 60s housewife thing, but killing. And
That sounds great.
It's super fun.
I mean, who doesn't love all those things? Even that last one.
Also, feeling really strongly about this decision to not look up any reference before I tried to draw this. Good call. Good call.
Reference? I don't know her.
I have no memory of this place.
I know, like, that there's that whole thing of artists feeling like reference is cheating and all of that. And I've definitely I've gone through that phase where I haven't allowed myself to use references. But more pertinently, I just forget that you can look things up and see what they actually look like.
Yep.
I'm like, oh no, I have to draw a very specific motorcycle? Guess I'm guessing.
Yep.
I reckon I'd be a whole lot better drawing a lot of different specific things by this point in my artistic journey if I had spent more time looking at the real version of it beforehand.
I remember having a lot of difficulty with references because I couldn't find things in the pose or of the structure that I wanted. Now, this was like a long time ago when we didn't have really good reference like websites and sources, where it was just like the heyday of the internet and trying to find like anything in a pose, like if you just wanted the body structure that wasn't pornographic, was really hard because people just were not making those type of things yet for general consumption on the internet.
Yeah.
So I remember getting very frustrated, and then I just like didn't use references because apparently I had no object permanence and realized that time changes. And then, yeah, I love references.
I'm with you on I remember it being a lot harder to find what I was looking for, or even just like I would spend a lot of time typing into Google different things to try and get something to pop up of what I was looking for. And I think especially for humans now, there's a lot more reference available out there.
I do remember the revelation of realizing you could just look up references. And like how mind blown I was. I think it was a friend of mine who does webcomics, and his comic, I don't know if you guys ever followed any of the Rooster Teeth stuff from like Red versus Blue, that kind of online content. On their website, they had a webcomic. It was drawn by my friend Luke McKay. He had his own comic after he'd sort of done a bunch of their stuff, where he had a character who was a patient in a hospital. And so like every comic had so much hospital equipment all the time. And I was just blown away by all the detail in this hospital equipment. I was like, man, he just knows how to design hospital equipment that looks really authentic. And I remember, like, I don't remember if it was I asked him or I saw an interview he did or something. Somehow the question was asked either, how is your hospital equipment stuff look so good, or why is there so much hospital equipment? It's because he's a nurse. He's a trained nurse. And I remember thinking, wow, I'm an idiot.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, that makes
It's so
a lot
simple.
Well, they say write what you know, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Oh gosh. That's really funny. Well, I feel like too, it's a funny thing as artists, like you're always trying to find creative workarounds or different ways to go at something and rework stuff. And then like sometimes you end up just kind of like working yourself back around to like, oh, this is actually a thing. Like I didn't come up with some crazy way of doing it. I just worked myself back to an actual thing that exists. Okay. No. Oops.
I love doing something that I figured out how to do my way for years, and then I suddenly see another artist do it, and I'm like, wait, you do that too? And they're like, yeah, everybody does it that way. How else would you do it? And I was like, oh, well, I thought I was being really clever.
I need to get paranoid and like, are they watching?
They're watching. They can see me.
Start breaking the laptop apart looking for bugs. Or maybe not everyone's quite that paranoid.
If I had any skill at putting my laptop back together. But...
That's the secret.
Yeah.
All right. I got an arson cat over here.
Arson cat. Oh, look at the face. Oh my goodness. I love
That cat is like
That's one of my favorite tropes is when someone does something and it's like with the minimal amount of movement and it causes the massive amount of destruction. I just
Yep. Mayor Squish says evil. Yes. Also, I love it. And this is the thing I always enjoy when a couple of people take on the same prompt is I like that both Joey and Vic are coming at it from two totally different angles and cat inspiration. Catspiration.
Catspiration.
inspiration.
Ah, that's better.
I'm sorry.
I like
I'm
that.
just so sorry that I
I
said that.
never. I am not sorry at all.
I know. We know.
Looking
You want to be part of this dream, so come on.
So you're gonna do some resurrection, Joey? You feeling?
I don't know, because I'm not familiar with what it is, so I don't want to do something that he's not looking for.
All right, Cthulhu
I
Christ,
need
you
more.
still
I
there?
need more information.
We need enlighten us. Set us on the path of righteousness.
We need reference.
Exactly that.
Yeah, Cthulhu Christ, whatever could you be talking about? If you want it, you gotta work for it.
So you know what? I don't draw a lot of wolves or werewolves or anything like it. That's okay.
I remember it being a fairly big kind of debate for a hot minute there about what the best design for a werewolf was in like media, because there's so many
Ooh.
different ways to design a werewolf, whether it has like fur, no fur, does it get bigger than the human, is it like a full wolf, is it this weird hybrid?
Is it more dog than human? Is it?
Yeah, there's so many different ways, because there's not as many other than maybe dragons, other creatures that really have so many varied designs.
Yeah. Maybe vampires, but even vampires are really limited to the humanoid form.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite take on werewolves?
Ooh.
I kind of like them when they turn into full wolves, just because, I don't know, it's cute and fluffy. And it also like definitely separates that it's like there's a wolf and then there is a human, and not necessarily like it's almost like two creatures in one.
So is that more like the, as much as I hate to do it, they're just the most recent ones I can think of, more like the Twilight werewolves, where they're actually just like big
Dogs.
wolves, I guess?
The
Yeah.
cherry dogs.
I only saw the first movie and it was a long time ago.
Nope, that's fair.
That's very fair.
Yeah, no, zero shame on that. I was just
I
thinking
kinda
of like,
the Van Helsing werewolves. If I'm
Okay.
really a human,
I was going to
one.
say the Van Helsing ones are probably my favorite. I do like those.
They're the most aesthetically pleasing blend of human and wolf,
Yeah.
in my limited understanding of that sort of what constitutes aesthetic.
I think I would go. I actually really like the Underworld werewolves.
Oh yeah.
And because again, they were all like actual like stunt guys on those cool like stilt things and in
Yeah.
suits, and like their design was dope.
I didn't know
Do
that.
love a practical
Yeah,
That's
effect.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So apparently, I just learned this recently from Andre. He was saying that the person who put the movie together and like the director, I think it was him, anyways, it was a stunt person. So like their whole thing, like the guys who wrote it and got it all together were doing it so that they and all of their stunt people had like these cool things. That's why the fight scenes look so cool, and why all the wolves are actually like practical effects. And yeah,
I love that movie. That movie was something of an awakening for me.
oh yeah.
Isn't it funny? I just watched that the other day and I didn't even remember that it had werewolves in it.
Hey, there we go. Confirmation. Underworld was created by a stuntman. Thank you, Soapbox Clats. See, I'm not just crazy. Chad agrees with me.
That's the criteria for not crazy.
It's a really low bar for the last couple of months that I've had. So, yep. Oh, and we've got a quandary question. Simkin wants to know: does a werewolf die if it eats chocolate? I feel like it's just going to get really sick, unless the human is also allergic to chocolate. Then I think it.
What
might
happens if the werewolf eats the chocolate and then they turn back into a human?
That's a big
Does
question.
that change things?
die.
Because what is inside a human is not what's inside a werewolf. It just not occupy the same physical space, so it can't be the same thing.
This is why I don't like werewolves. There's too many theological questions. They're too hard to take care of. Can I feed my werewolf chocolate?
What happens if my werewolf gets into my chocolate? What do I do? I don't have any Ipecac. Can I get
Vampires
him
are silly, but they're easier. They're just okay.
Okay, so Soapbox Klutz, was it you and I who were talking? Okay, it was probably us who was talking about it. All right, thank you. I couldn't remember. I knew I talked about it recently. See, look at that. I regurgitated that idea like it was my own. It was not at all.
So what are the other prompts that we have here?
Let's see.
I've completely forgotten already. I apologize that I have the memory of a sieve.
No, you are fine. Again, that's why I'm happy we have an option for them to be collected. I just want to make sure.
What is that noise?
I don't even know anymore.
We did that thing where we mute all of our microphones. Try to figure it out.
It's like the spoopy equivalent of when you have like a work meeting and like someone's microphone's on.
Who's not muted? Who's not muted?
Frank, turn off your microphone. Oh, Frank's muted his audio instead of the microphone. He can't hear us.
Yes. So Sonata Meg says, I love Kia's cupcake. I want a sticker of that. Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah, I just
Oh, thank you.
that. That
So
is straight out of the episode of My Little Pony that we're all writing over the course of this stream.
The lucid dream that is our My Little Pony episode. Also,
I have to admit, because we're talking about reference, so a couple days ago I saw a piece of art that someone did where they made a mimic, and it was one of those cookie tins that grandmas always put sewing stuff in. And that was the mimic, and I was like, okay, like that. When I heard scary cupcake, and I immediately thought of that like sewing tin. That's where I got creepy mimic cupcake from.
I love it.
Wherever the inspiration comes from, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, Sonata Meg loved your cat drawing. Vic, said that I feel the wax coming right at me. So
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Get back on.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
yeah, that one causes me more stress than Joey's. Like Joey's is just like, oh, I'm mad about it now, but yours is just like, oh gosh, this is gonna be such a big deal. It's gonna be a
What
big old.
really sells it is the shading, so it's like darker, closer to the camera, so it's that eminent, like it is going to impact your face.
Well, thanks, guys. It's because I've just been recently doing storyboarding and comic stuff, and I'm going for like mega drama angles, so I'm trying to stay in that frame of mind.
Oh, I love it, Joey. I don't know what you're doing, but I love it.
Somebody wanted my favorite character being Sinister.
Ah.
So giving them a toga.
And to the cookie tin thing, Sonata Mag says, Craig says you could use the pins and needles as teeth, which that kind of gave me shivers.
That's genuinely horrifying.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
real tough. Yes, Vic and Joey are having an art battle today.
No battle.
Yeah. Anything else in chat? Anything else you want to throw out? CS prompts? I think we've covered. Ouch.
Yeah, because I'm ready to move on to a new one.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So let us
I'll do
know.
a different one than Joey this time. Sorry. I've intentionally been doing the same as you.
Right, there's my little team roll. Mm-hmm. Yep, wrong brush. Oh, I like it. We've got Kirby swallow a movie monster. So a Kirby movie monster. And also adorable demon summoning circle.
Now, is it a summoning circle for an adorable demon, or is it a summoning circle that is adorable for a demon?
Ooh. See, and I was thinking like a circle of adorable demons all summoning something else.
Oh, even better. Because it's occurring to me that an example of an adorable summoning circle might just be a circle of candles that are quite cute. And the first thing that comes to mind is like birthday candles. And then suddenly it's now occurred to me that every birthday cake where the candles are arranged in a circle is an adorable demon summoning circle. Or
It's a much better idea than what I had.
I love it so much.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to draw.
Hey, okay. So for all of you, if you threw out a message in chat just now, also do me a favor, be like Guardian Randy and pop that in with !S and then your prompt so that I can get it added to the list. So that when the other artists ask me, what else do we have to draw? And I say, I can look at the list. I don't remember.
Stuff. Things.
Spooky things.
I got a pumpkin and a mimic.
Still one of my
Make like a
favorite
whole food thing.
scenes from The Walking Dead.
What's that?
Rick's outside the fence of the prison. Herschel walks up and asks him what he's doing out there, and he just gives him like this crazy wide-eyed stare. Stuff. Things. You need to come back inside.
Also, I know I was constantly impressed with the fact that Andrew Lincoln was not only doing not his natural accent, but doing a Southern accent on top of that and doing it remarkably well.
He was acting his ass off the whole time.
I do a lot of time. I do spend a lot of time analyzing how to do an American accent and why it's hard for English people to get it right. And I think my wife and I spent a huge portion of our marriage is just the discussion of exactly that topic of why it's so hard for the two accents to switch, and for the English side, and the reason why I think a lot of American accents from British performers or just British people ends up really like nasally is like because where we actually produce the sound in our mouths for most English people is a little bit lower in the throat. And so you kind of, to try and replicate that slightly higher place that the sound is coming from, it ends up in the nose. And the only way to avoid that version of a terrible, terrible American accent is to try for a Southern American accent.
Oh.
And it is equally terrible because there's obviously a lot more nuance to a Southern accent than people really think about. Like, but that's why you either end up with a terrible fake New York accent or a terrible fake Southern accent.
Well, and it's funny too, because you have, again, you've got like deep, like Texas accent is very deep than like, or very different than I would say like South Carolina accent or stuff like that. But also just even across New York State, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, where all of us like were collected at school, like we each had our own little weird pronunciations and tics and things that we said. Like, again, you talk about massive debate, and it was the way in which classmates and I said the word for the primary school that you would go to here. So do you pronounce it elementary school or do you pronounce it elementary school? Because where I grew up, it was elementary school. But a lot of people that I was going to school with were like, no, it's elementary. I was like, well, now I'm thinking about it every time I'm talking. And suddenly
and then
very
they were like,
self-conscious.
it's gum band, you idiot.
And I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying.
But that's also a huge portion of my marriage, is just talking about the different ways that we pronounce things. It's a never-ending sort of entertainment. Classics being things like vitamin, aquatic, pasta. And that's one of the things that America doesn't really have, the short vowel sound that is typical in a lot of British pronunciation, like ah and the oh of not, which is why when you hear, and I'm going to point it out so that the next time you try and listen to an American putting on an English accent in like a movie or a show or something, listen to the way they say the word not, because
Not as
most
in K-N-O-T?
Either K-N-O-T or just N-O-T, or got, but specifically that oh sound. Listen out and see if they say oh like not, or if they elongate it where it's not, because it's really hard to train your mouth to say a sound that doesn't exist mostly within your own dialect, which is what accents kind of are.
Yeah.
Anyway, I find it really entertaining.
No, it's awesome. There's a whole guy, an expert on it, who does videos on YouTube that I absolutely love watching, and he talks about not only all those aspects, but also the position of your tongue in your mouth. Like, are you hitting your teeth with your tongue, curved down? Or are you hitting it from the top? And even how you're holding the corners of your mouth when you're producing these sounds, and how different areas have different ways of doing it. It's absolutely fascinating.
I think it was Trevor Noah that said that accents are just someone speaking your language with the rules of their language. And that always kind of made a lot of sense to me.
I like that. Also, save reminder for everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Procreate.
No one called anyone an idiot for Gum Band. That was Ace of the Jungle. That was one where I was unaware of what a gum band was before I moved to Pittsburgh. That was not a term that I had ever heard outside of Pittsburgh. So
What
that
is a
was
gum band?
It's a rubber band.
What?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
calls
that's
them
new to
gum.
me too.
Yeah, there you go. There's my fun fact for you.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I heard people on the bus talking about
love
gum
it.
bands, and I'm like, what are they saying?
I love that when it's not just a matter of like pronouncing it differently. It's a completely different
Completely
word.
different word.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know that everyone else calls it this, but we're going to call it something else.
Yeah, and
I love
I
it.
love whenever they would do like big pictures of the country and like all the different dialects that were spoken throughout the country. And then you've got like you've got, kind of the northeast chunk and then the, the coast and the southern chunk. And then there's Pittsburgh. And it's like, there's just this whole separate language that's spoken in Pittsburgh that doesn't extend outside of Pittsburgh that much. Like, even most of Pennsylvania doesn't have the same
colloquials.
Yeah, which I hate that word. That word is hard for me to say.
Colloquialisms.
Yeah, see?
It's just an awkward word.
It is an awkward word. I was going to say, so funny enough, Randall says, on my video shoot today, our host was having issues pronouncing terms. I told her to just use a British accent and she can murder the pronunciation without anyone batting an eye.
That's the way to do it.
Sonata Meg says, my Texas Louisiana border accent only comes out when I'm tired, drunk, or angry, the latter, which is rare, or if I watch Steel Magnolias. Which I love. She also says, Craig has that Oxonian British accent, so I'm always repeating his words. I'm not making fun of him, though. It's almost a tick with me. I'm fascinated by the mouth noises. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I will be a terrible parrot just because it fascinates me. Not because I'm trying to be a jerk. Like, how do you make that sound?
I do that with other accents. I don't really do that with American accents. I did that. So I used to live on one side of England, and then for 6 years I moved over to the other side, where it's a very thick West Country accent, which is a little bit more like a pirate, like ooh-ah, going, like a farmer or a pirate, something in between. And I picked up a really strong West Country accent. And I've lost most of it now, but every now and then I dip back into it. But mostly the thing that I got ruined on was my rhotic R, which is the received pronunciation English accent wouldn't pronounce it. Would be R instead of R, the hard R. R. But it came from, like, to begin with, a little bit making fun of the accent, and then I couldn't stop.
Yep. Cut to me with every, like, terrible new language fad trend that comes around. I'm like, I'll just say yeet because it's terrible and it's funny. And now it has snuck into my vocabulary and it lives there. And I just say yeet now. I'm like,
you start using it ironically and then it becomes part of you.
Yep.
Dabbing, that's stupid. Oh, I dabbed on you. No, I do it all the time.
No, I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
The horror.
Oh yeah, Sonata Meg, YouTuber Jazza has a very unique accent.
No, he's got the full Aussie accent. He's got a great voice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's upsetting. I'm just like, how are you? You just sound so good.
A lot of people ask me if I'm Australian, but that's because I'm from the southeast of England and it's a Kentish accent. But I've been asked if I'm Australian and South African for some reason.
Ooh.
I can't speak to the South African thing, but the Australian thing I figured out with some friends at work one time when they realized I finish an awful lot of my sentences and my inflection goes up at the end, like everything's a question, which after a while starts to sound just a little bit Australian. And everyone's like, you sound Australian. And I was like, no. And they're like, no, don't you? Shut up.
I like it.
Anyway, talking about my accent is about 80% of my personality since I moved here, so I'll stop now. Probably boring.
No, not at all. I promise you not again, because I would happily ask you more and more questions about it, because I'm used to this accent. I hear this all the time.
I don't hear American accents anymore. Like, I forget. I've been here so long now. I forget that I don't sound like everybody else. And then I open my mouth and everyone goes, oh, you're from somewhere else. Yes.
You're from somewhere else. They don't even...
I literally had someone tell me that before. Like, oh, you're not from here. I'm like, I can't tell if that's, like, are you excited about that? Or is it an insult? I'm not sure. I did go to a Halloween party once dressed as Harry Potter because I'm very lazy. And I look like Harry Potter to begin with. I just drew a lightning bolt on my forehead. And at this Halloween party, I was talking to some dude for like 20 minutes. And he's like, your accents, you're doing great, by the way. And I was like, oh, no, I'm actually English.
No,
And he left the party.
Wait, right after you said
Oh, no.
He left the whole party.
Oh.
But yeah, people tell me like, oh, I love your accent. Your accent's great. And I'm like, thanks. I've been working on it my whole life.
Thanks, it came factory installed.
Yeah, I'm bored with it. Actually, no. How freaky would that be if I come out being like, hello.
Hello.
Hello, mummy.
Hello. Cup of tea.
I love it. Baby with a British accent makes me happy.
Top hat, baby.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot. Oh no, you carry on.
I was gonna say, and this will mark me very much as an American, but the first time that I went overseas, I went to Germany specifically, and I remember us all sitting. We were eating some lunch somewhere outside, and a child like 2-3 years old was walking with their parents spouting off German, and we were just like flabbergasted, like, how does he know German? And then like, oh, right, because we're in Germany. But it's such a surreal thing, because no matter how I describe it, it's going to make me sound stupid, but like it was just a very weird moment where it was like, wow, that baby knows German better than we do.
I have not,
and probably English, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I definitely had that with kids when I got here. Like, I'm sort of over it now, mostly. But the first time I heard a tiny toddler with an American accent, I was like, just really entertained. And my wife did the same thing when she came to England and saw an English child for the first time. She was like, oh my God. Something about little kids, because they're not faking it. That's just what they sound like.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I enjoyed it. My ex's family, his brother lived in, I think it was Italy for a bit, and he was teaching, but he was living with a host family, and he was working on learning the language. But the majority of the time that he spent practicing and learning it was with the toddler of the family. So he would then go and speak to other people, and they'd be like, why do you speak Italian like a toddler? Like, your pronunciation, it would be like us if we were speaking in essentially baby voice. Like, that's what he was speaking Italian in. I was like, that's amazing, because that's that's what he was practicing. So I was like, oh, that's so good.
It's like, don't make fun of my speech impediment.
Sandwich.
Hey, are we doing sandwich together, Joey?
I think so.
Sandwich.
I think we came at it from different angles.
So weird. Oh, there's a whole bunch happening in chat that I was not paying attention to. Let me roll back.
We were getting to know each other better.
It's good.
To be fair, I think I'd flip out if I went to Germany and listened to a toddler talking German. I'd be like, how? What?
Yeah.
I don't have a brain for languages at all, so I'm super impressed by anyone who can speak another language.
Like, we definitely laughed at ourselves because we were being ridiculous, but then at the same time, I was just so impressed with that.
But like, it is, yeah,
their own language. Although, again, to mark myself as an American, like when I went over to England and I held the door open and a little kid, like again, 4 or 5, said cheers, like as a thank you. And I was like, oh, I made it. Well, because I was just getting off the boat from the Ireland ferry. So I was just like, yes, I got a cheer. I can go home now.
But yeah, I think it's very much kind of like Vic said, it's the unironic thing. Like it's the no, this isn't put on. This isn't, our jackass friends here in America being this way. It's like, oh no, you actually just say that because you say it. I'm a simple creature. It doesn't take much to delight me.
I found it really interesting. The volume of things that we do genuinely say differently in England versus America, despite it technically being the same language. That ship has sailed for me. They're different languages for sure. And I knew it for sure, but I quite unironically was trying to explain a concept for something. I can't even remember what it was. And I couldn't think what the American terminology for it was. And I was like, oh, what's the word? What's the word? What do you call it? I was like, oh my God, that's what people say when they're speaking a language that's not their own and they need to think of the word that you need in that language. That's what you say. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, what's the word? What is, how do you say it? Oh, but I quite genuinely and unironically had that moment. And I was like, oh yeah. English and American English are very different things.
Yeah, they are not the same, even a little bit.
And you have Canadian English.
Yes. Give her.
Oh, I love this. So Cthulhu Chris was talking about their little one. She watched a ton of Peppa Pig, and she was developing a British accent from that, which just makes me so happy.
Yes.
Oh, makes me so happy.
I've never watched any more of Peppa Pig than that one clip that was doing around on the internet where she can't whistle, and her friend's like, "Do you mean like this?" And she just hangs up on her, stone cold. It's great. Peppa Pig is having none of it.
Oh my gosh, apparently she got to the point where she was even used terms and phrases like post and trolley, and people were asking them if they had adopted her. And I love it so
God,
much.
That's so great. I don't know this child, but I'm proud.
Oh, it makes me happy.
I know that child and I'm intensely proud.
Also, again, because I know the parent of that child, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, that's even funnier too, because
He deserves it.
Yep. It's so good.
See, I've started using the American words for things. Like I say shopping cart instead of trolley, and I say parking lot instead of car park. And I'm going back to England to visit my family next month for the first time in nearly 2 years. And they're all going to laugh at me.
Oh.
I'm ready.
You're right.
Oh, yes. It's funny. I was going to mention that, Simkin. He's calling out comedian Catherine Ryan, who is hilarious. In her, I think it's in her Glitter Room stand-up, she talks about her little posh daughter because her daughter speaks with a British accent. And, the way she's like, oh, mummy. And it just is so funny because she, as a comedian, is kind of like lewd and inappropriate. And then when she switches over, it's too good. So highly recommend. That one is fun. Also, I enjoy her anytime. Again, I will watch British game shows and talk chat shows constantly because I'm delighted by them. So Big Fat Quiz of the Year is a favorite. I enjoy Countdown. I enjoy 8 out of 10 Cats. I'm here for all of it.
Oh, I love it. It's so nice to hear humans referencing it because I haven't done it so long.
I like the really like kind of older British sitcoms a lot. Like Keeping Up Appearances was always.
Oh hell yeah!
I love that. I love Red Dwarf quite a bit. So I always liked just those ridiculous, that type of humor where the joke is not acknowledging the weird things happening around you.
Yes, exactly.
Very much like the Monty Python kind of stuff. So yeah.
My wife finds it infuriating. She's like, British humor is just so bloody dry and silly. And the joke is not acknowledging how silly it is. yes, that's it exactly.
I figured
I'm
out
not sure
the
what
joke.
you're not getting. It's not funny if you explain it.
Well, especially, again, with a lot of the game shows, they'll have the same group of people and they all have such a great rapport with each other. So it's almost like, I know I don't understand the inside jokes, but I feel like I'm in on the joke because I watch these people like interact through multiple shows. And
Yeah, you pick up the inside jokes even if you don't get the reference to start with.
yep.
God, yeah, I haven't watched British daytime television in, well, a while.
Okay, I'm gonna stop on that. I was trying to go for like a Tim Curry legend sort of feel with my little demon, but it wasn't working. So I'm gonna just stop with that.
He's super cute though.
I think it's cute. Certainly ticking the adorable box.
Well, I haven't put in what the symbol
summons is.
The summons is yet.
Oh, yes. And we've got Taskmaster and GBBO spaced.
Oh, spaced.
Spaced. Yes, Catherine Tate. The interaction she has in that one skit with David Tennant, where we're talking about is he the doctor, and I've watched it so many times, it still cracks me up. She just, she's so good.
The Catherine Tate show is so funny, but in particular on that is when she does the sort of upper middle class mother and her kids. Those skits are brilliant, where they're sort of talking to the housekeeper who's got a northern accent and they're all frightened. They're like, "What's she saying, Mummy? I don't know."
Oh, it's so good.
And like what they go on a picnic and one of the kids eats a yogurt that's slightly out of date and they're just like, "Oh no, Freddie, it's too late." And they just sort of walk away and say goodbye and leave him on the picnic table like he's got the plague.
Sonata Meg's also calling out IT Crowd, which, yes, amazing. Black Books, Father Ted, Ugh, Lineman, though, F that guy, Gavin and Stacy.
Absolutely love Black Books.
I'm a rarity of people in England who has never watched Gavin and Stacey. Never ever watched that one for whatever reason. It was real big when I was at school and everybody watched it and loved it, but alas. I was definitely watching Red Dwarf though, and other things like that.
I was definitely watching Red Dwarf a lot younger than I should have been watching Red Dwarf.
I think a lot of people were.
Oh my gosh. Also, Sonata Mag just called out something that I might need to find now, saying that there was a Red Nose Day special where Catherine Tate did the Am I Bothered by incorporating it into a Shakespearean speech with David Tennant, but we're both blanking on what speech it was. That's amazing, and I love it so much.
I like when she did the Royal Variety Show and did the Am I Bothered to the Queen.
Oh, that's so good.
She asked the Queen if she was bothered.
Is
one bothered?
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Yes, Ace of the Jungle, the teacher pulled out the sonic screwdriver and sent her away. That's not what I want. What are you doing? Thank you. Oh, it's so good. Also, I just want to say how much, and this is perfect because this is exactly what I would want of it, that our spooky prompts chat turned into us just loving on British television and accents. It makes me so happy.
You'll hear no complaints from me.
I remember, like, my dad watched, I mean, he used to watch some, like, late night shows and stuff like that. And I remember the first time I showed him Graham Norton, he's just like, he's just so happy. He's so happy to interview them. And I was like, yeah, Dad, he's real stoked about it. I just enjoyed it. Dad's genuine, just like, he's like, oh, this is so much nicer. They're having so much fun and they're drinking. I'm like, yep.
Like, it just makes you happy for them.
Key component. I mean, the kind of people he gets to interview, I'd be happy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I mean, this is like a really weird comparison, but in the Hunger Games of all books, there's the one interview character that Graham Norton reminds me a lot of because Caesar, thank you. Yes, I forgot his name. Because I mean, movies aside, in the books at least, Caesar's actually like helping the people that he's interviewing as much as possible, like giving them as many ins and like making the conversation as fluid and really like talking them up. And so anytime I see Graham Norton and then, you know, subconsciously compare him to other interviewers, it's like, wow, he really like guides the conversation so well and like is constantly like sometimes ribbing, but mostly like uplifting who he's interviewing. And I just really...
He's a good interviewer.
Yeah,
he's a
really
very
like
good
his
interviewer.
style.
Yeah.
He's also funny. He last I checked, he still does host the Eurovision Song Contest now. Which I don't know if you guys have ever watched that, but I thoroughly recommend it. There are drinking games that you can play while watching. But also, like, he was literally in the movie Eurovision with like Will Ferrell and stuff.
Oh my
which
god!
I didn't think I was going to like half as much as I actually did. So if you want to see if Eurovision is your thing, watch the movie Eurovision, and that'll tell you pretty accurately whether or not Eurovision is your thing.
It's really good to hear you say that because I saw like trailer for it and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this, but now maybe I'll give it a chance now.
See, I hate Will Ferrell, and I love that movie.
Okay,
so that's my vote of confidence. It was surprisingly hilarious.
Well,
but also is quite genuinely what Eurovision is like.
Did it have like Rachel McAdams? Or it was somebody who was random that I was not expecting to be like his co-star in that.
Rachel McAdams. Really I think I had the same reaction when I saw the trailer. I was like, really? But actually, it's great.
Okay. Oh, Sonata Meg, is Miriam, is she the herbology professor from Harry Potter? Because if she is, then yes, she has zero filter and it's consistently amazing. Yes! I love when she's on Graham Norton or anything. Like, doesn't give any hoots about anything. We'll talk. Oh, it's so good. Professor Sprout, thank you.
I love
Yeah,
it
her
when-
stories on the Graham Norton show are really good.
She
I
has
love when
lived
people
a
just
life.
Stop caring, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't care. I love it.
I didn't think that'll work.
I like Mayor Squish says Eurovision is an experience.
Truly.
Oh, I like it.
There's a really great video somewhere on YouTube that is a bit tongue-in-cheek, but also 100% true, that just highlights everything that like the expected Eurovision winning song ought to include. And it's like you've got your old women baking bread live on stage, some sort of violin player at some point, somebody in a fire wheel or a hamster wheel, costume changes, at least one, sometimes athletes making appearances from from some sort of country that they are notable from, like every gimmick in the book.
Oh my goodness.
It's and all the like cheesy, the message has to be about like the winning songs are always like, war's bad, guys, we all just need to love each other.
Oh, Hebe, I love it so much. She said, "Ooh, I'm mentally ill," and I could hear it. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Oh, apparently, on a recent Eurovision, there were some shirtless Italians. So,
Ooh, racy.
My sandwich is done. What other suggestions do we have?
we have. Oh, a bunch of them didn't end up in thing. Let me go back. Can I go back past Peppa Pig? I gotta find it. Oh, we've got Candy Hangover. I like that. And trying to find the other ones. I remember seeing them.
That was a cartoon sound.
You have Kirby swallowing a movie monster. You do have that as an option. I think we have covered all the other ones.
I got to figure out how Kirby do.
My adorable demon summoning circle.
Hebe Buffet, the prompt is your choice. We are doing a spooky chat prompt. So all you have to do is hit !S and then type your prompt that you'd like to see us draw. And there you go.
Somebody give me a movie monster.
All right, chat. What do you want?
Like Swamp Thing or Frankenstein.
Cloverfield monster.
Ooh. I might actually color this properly later on, but I think I'll leave it for now. That's probably enough.
I think I'm ready for another one. I did not take this one very seriously. Since we were talking about it so much.
That's amazing.
I love it so much. That's so great.
How fun would that be if logos ended up being demon summoning circles, and then every time that you like...
That would
Oh,
make
man.
the business of branding a whole different ballpark, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we've got I like this. Penny Mime. We've got Creature from the Lagoon. We've got Freddy Krueger Kirby. That one was harder to say. The Babadook. Babadook. Oh, demon endorsement deals. I like it.
Ooh. Demon endorsement deals. That's tempting.
Hebe also
The
says
video
that killed the radio star. Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Freddy
The
Krueger
video
sponsored by
that killed the
Monster.
radio star.
I love it. Oh, you guys crack me up.
Oh, I'm trying to think what that would look like.
I keep thinking of, what was her name? Amara from the Ring movie, and it's just a VHS.
Like, oh no.
What were some of our other suggestions?
I don't know what Vor is. VORE.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? There you go. Ouch. Oh. Oh. Apparently, unrelated. Coincidentally, one of the new Magic sets next year is going to be an Art Deco mob city run by demonic crime families. So that's cool. Also, Cronenberg eating Walter Winchell. I like that I'm saying a lot of words that I don't know.
I don't know, like, any of that whole sentence.
Nope.
Well, I know Cronenberg's. I drew a Cronenberg already tonight.
What's a Cronenberg?
David Cronenberg was an effects guy, monster maker.
Okay.
So famous for like his work in The Fly, but real gross body horror stuff.
Gotcha.
Like Too Many Eyes.
That was similar to Cult Cthulhu's prompt. Cronenberg, your favorite character, in other words.
Okay.
So this Kirby is a Freddy Krueger Kirby sponsored by Monster Energy Drink. Is that what I heard?
Yes. Even if
Okay.
not, yes. That's what I want.
Just wanted to make sure.
That's what I want, Joey. I'm pulling rank and I'm saying yes. Oh.
Oh my god. Cronenberg King.
Oh, Hebe, I'm glad I gave you a good laugh. You're welcome. Oh.
Oh, I'm having such a brain blank though. Like,
I'm also taking way long on this drawing. I am not moving quickly at all.
let's get one more in.
Oh, that's why.
Cthulhu Christ says, "Viva la Cronenberg! Give me all the body horror."
Just chuckling at chat, forgetting I'm supposed to actually draw something.
See, it'll get you. You get really hooked in on all of what they're saying. And I was like, oh gosh, I have to keep working. Guardian Radio says, TB, I also had to look up what Vor is. Now I know what kind of chat rooms you hang out with. TB says, Randy, I refuse to believe you didn't know what Vor is. And yes, Randall says, Emily and I are sweet, innocent lambs. It's true. You're sweet babies.
I don't know. I'm with Hebe on this one.
Sometimes the internet scares me.
We exclusively hang out in the My Little Pony corner.
Yes.
Which ironically has probably the
Which has
largest
MLP
collection of
Vor.
lore.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. What's Freddy's hat do? It's a fedora, right? He puts it. He's like Milady.
Ooh. Okay. So if you want to do a crazy mashup, we've got your favorite character gets stuck in the teleporter pod with your favorite animal. So you can Cronenberg as much or as little as you see fit. Also, Del throws out turned up at the wrong party, which again, we can mash some of these prompts together. Oh no. Hebe, I'm now afraid to say anything that you put in chat.
That's a fair. That's a fair fear.
I'm having like the most terrible brain blank on everything. But the blank page is killing me.
Oh no.
That's definitely what you want when you're live on the internet.
Quick, Cronenberg something.
So Cronenberging something is what? Just making it look like a monster.
Give it too many eyes.
Too many eyes.
Put the mouth in a weird spot. Give it extra teeth.
Oh, teeth everywhere.
Teeth everywhere? Okay.
I am currently Cronenberging
That's exactly what I'm going to draw.
Sailor Moon.
Oh.
But what was in the teleporter pod with her?
This is doing Cult Cthulhu's prompt.
Got you.
Del says to Vic, Junji Ito something. If that helps. Again,
These are references that I don't get.
Junji Ito is a mangaka who does extreme like horror, body horror-esque stories. A lot of them have been animated. You might or might not be familiar with some of his work because it kind of makes the rounds in pop culture.
Fish.
The fish that walk on land through weird mechanical means. The one that a lot of people know is the something fault. The happening at something fault where people like fit into holes in rocks that are perfectly their size.
Oh.
And then come out the other side these weird misshapen forms. It's a lot of mental as well as physical horror.
Yeah, that's
And
sign
it's
me up for none of that.
one of those where I cannot describe it very well.
Thank
obviously.
you.
Yeah,
It's not
that's,
within my repertoire of description.
No, it's good. That's again, no more than I do. I knew the name, but not anything more.
His stuff is very hard to convert to like an animated format.
Yeah, he's got lines all over the place, man.
Yeah, his art style is super sketchy and super detailed, but you need that to properly get across his type of horror as well. So,
Okay. But also, I mean, I enjoy that as we've been talking about this, it's literally all horror stuff. And I was like, oh, no part of me is surprised why I don't know these things now.
Same.
Oh.
I love horror.
I'm not going to read that out loud, but I encourage all artists to just collect what Hebe has been saying in chat and read that because I'm chuckling about it.
Oh, our Amagihara fault. This hole was made for me. No, he's talking about the Junji Ito. It's not as dirty as it sounds. I promise. But that's what that's what this one guy shouts. This hole was made for me. As he like fits within this like cutout of him. Like think Looney Tunes smashing through a wall. It's like a perfect cutout of Wile E. Coyote's body. But people find these in rocks that are the perfect cutouts of their body, and then they crawl into them. There's no way that I can describe this to make it sound scary. I realize that it just sounds
Nope,
scary.
nope, you're good, because then in my brain, everybody's happy and everything is fine and nothing bad happens. That's how that worked out for me.
I'm trying, Hebe. I'm trying to describe it. I'm not doing that good of a job. But I could see how Hebe just randomly saying this hole was made for me in chat. As someone who does not know Junji Ito's Amigahara fault. Yep, that would be weird.
Yuki, you are more than welcome to lurk. Also, Yuki, if you would like to throw out a prompt for any of us to draw, we've got a little bit more time that we're going to do that. You can drop that !S and then the word of the prompt or words that you'd like to do into chat. And
Does the thumb have a knife? The thumb doesn't have a knife.
oh my god!
Sentence.
Oh, it's so good, Joey. It's so good. Oh. Oh, apparently the thumb doesn't have a knife until New Nightmare. Also, Lost Limey, I love the suggestion of Jason Jughead Voorhees. That's fun.
Oh, jeez.
He just keeps accidentally killing campers trying to get hamburgers.
Like they're all standing in line waiting to like get their burger from the grill, and he just like slips and
Knocks him into the grill.
oh no. See, I'd watch that because I think I'd feel bad for him. He just wanted a hamburger.
All right, let me see if I can Cronenberg a character real quick before we end.
I don't reckon I'll have time for color on this one, but
I was not going to color this, but then I saw what time it is and figured maybe I should just...
Oh my god. He be in chat. Cloris Leech. Man. Oh my gosh. The chicken nuggets. Oh my gosh. Happy clown. Absolutely. What up, Slayer Braxis? Welcome, welcome.
Oh boy, if you're just coming in now, this must be a really weird formation of art.
Welcome. You've missed so much. Oh, goodness.
This is officially the worst thing I've ever drawn.
Does it fit the theme? Being the worst thing?
Probably.
Sandwich. Oh, it is sandwich.
There are definitely those drawings that look better being awful.
That's what I struggle with. Like, I can't, in good conscience, make it look awful. I have to I have to make it like a little cuter or something.
I kind of love it though.
I don't think I can do that for this. I think it's too far gone.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. I think toenails were a step too far.
They do look creepy with toenails.
It's
Weird.
just really
Oh
wrong.
god, they
isn't it?
do. Oh, they look so.
They
Like, yeah,
added
that's
toenails
worse.
for the new ones. It doesn't work.
They added toenails? Like, seriously?
Yeah. So there's like a reboot of the My Little Pony series. There's like a new movie on Netflix for it, like new characters,
no.
new generation, all that stuff. And yeah, on some of the characters they added like hooves, toenail hooves.
He wants that.
Like that.
I mean, it's CG, so maybe it works better. I don't know.
Okay, I just want to take a moment to look at 3 of the 4 screens and also Mayor Squish. Thanks. I hate it.
Screenshot.
It's just, yeah. Oh gosh. I'm just going to keep drawing my happy little sandwich over here. Not look at any of the other
I
screens.
started the stream being like, I can't draw something that isn't cute. Y'all did it. You did it.
I found a way.
You pushed me that far.
It's what Doodle Crew does. It sneaks right up on you. You're just like, oh no. Oh no.
What have I become?
Yeah. Or, you know,
Pretend the
me.
thing I thought I'd never draw.
Me on Doodle Crew, where I'm just like, what have I drawn?
Yikes. Yikes on bikes.
Oh, thank you. I am not sure what I'm doing with this piece. But thank you. I appreciate it.
I like yikes on bikes. It's fun.
So much Cronenberg.
Oh,
Okay.
this is what I'm going to dream about tonight.
Like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's only Wednesday. What have you done to me?
It is only Wednesday.
Sorry.
I'm ready for this.
There's a friend of mine who does some creepy My Little Pony monster drawing, and somehow, if you can believe it, theirs is worse than this. Yeah, like they had a couple of them like spliced together, and like 2 different ponies that are morphed and teeth and mouth in the wrong place, and some where their face has been peeled back and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm like, it's really technically excellent artwork, but
Yeah.
But please never bring that over to my house again.
please don't, for the love of God. I'm gonna try and ink some of this at least.
So I'm watching you, Joey, and I hear the character's voice like in my head, and just being like, "Oh no!" Just like
Flip, dude.
it's just killing me. Oh,
What's up,
God.
dude? I'm turning into an amorphous
Turning
blob.
into an amorphous blob.
This is gonna put a damper on the weekend. Just like Seuss.
Oh God, it's so good.
Outstanding.
Watch out, I'll eat you.
Oh my goodness. I think I got it. All right.
And then the episode concludes and they solve whatever the big mystery evil was, but then Seuss is still an amorphous blob and he's just kind of okay with it now.
I can't wait for when this stream is over and I go back in the other room and my wife is like, "So what did you draw?"
Stuff.
The right answer.
The usual.
Can I go to therapy?
Just
You know. Oh, I drew what the internet wanted.
uh, okay, that's better.
I think probably the very worst thing of all, I just got a glimpse on my screen of when I select my layer, what just the line art I've done so far looks like. And on its own, it is a special kind of horror, which I wonder how far behind, if I just toggle off my sketch layer, eventually my screen will catch up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just leave it there for a second.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. That's a nightmare fuel. I'm sorry.
Now I feel kind of lonely that you're not joining us, Emily.
All right, let's see.
No, you don't have to. Just, I think it's funny that.
All right. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Oh no! Oh, Yuki, I'm sorry. I promise up until this point it wasn't nearly as spooky.
Remember when we were drawing really cute things to start with?
We really did. We started much cuter.
We did.
Oh. Oh my god. Also, Tahibi's comment from earlier. Hey kids, we heard you love My Little Pony. Now they have toenails. That's what you wanted, right? Oh
Thanks.
gosh.
I hate it.
Thank you. I hate it. All right. Where is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, or like go to bed, turn the light off, and just sort of lay there, like thinking about what I did today, thinking about what we all did.
This is the drawing stream that we never talk about again.
Remember when things got real weird in season 2? Nope. Nope, I don't.
That never happened. What are you talking about?
Don't reference it too many
There
times,
was
or
no
I'll
season
summon the
2.
beasts.
Which I love horror movies. Love them to death. Don't draw a lot of horror, though. Funny enough.
Yeah, I rarely, by rarely I mean never, draw horror. So
Until today, I thought I wasn't remotely capable of drawing horror. And I think this is still somehow a little cute as well. So I still don't think I can pull it quite off. But like on the scale of horror, this isn't that bad.
oh. Ace of the Jungle says, as a brony, I hate this conversation. That's fair. No, that's valid. Yeah, we took friendship to a whole new place tonight.
The real friends are the nightmares we made along the way. Like, I hate what I've done here, and I apologize.
I just hear Joey just cackling, so it's like, oh god. Okay. I hate what my brain has done. Oh, it's not a. Is it a knife? He uses a knife. Yeah, he uses a machete. Okay, I got this.
Just that periodic high-pitched little squeak. Sort of haunting. It reminds me of, and maybe I'm over familiar with the source material. I think it's the first Mummy movie. There's a bit when early on in the film, before they've actually like risen the mummy, and they're just wandering around the temple or like the tombs or whatever, and there's just like this really high pitched kind of background sound, and that's what it's making me think of.
That'd be unsettling. I also worry it's coming from mine, and like I said earlier, I have no idea how to fix it.
I guess you don't.
Please stop. Please stop.
Yuki says, I want no part of that friendship.
Yeah, I think I'll show this to my friend who does the fucked up pony pictures and see if it gets their seal of approval.
They're like, see?
Eh?
Notice me, senpai. Me too.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
squish. I love it so much. It feels weird that I drew a cute pumpkin patch and y'all have descended into the depths of hell. That's completely fair and valid. Oh, Dell, I like it. Friendship is dark magic. Mhm. Hebe says, my not so little infect giant and horrific pony. Oh god. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Hebe. Oh. Oh my goodness. It's all so good.
I mean, that's one word for it. Shall I color it? I'm gonna.
Oh no. What? No, let's go back to that.
I don't think anybody wants this.
I gotta do it. There we go. Hebe wants to know, do you think the toenails come with the toys or are they sold separately?
Stick on.
Also, Yuki says, oh god, it has a nightmare mark. Yep.
Oh boy. I did this. This was a thing I did.
Maybe you don't want to go back into the other room after the stream. You don't want to confront what you've done.
Just imagine you going to your wife and to be like, honey, do you want to talk? And you're like, no, I need a little bit of time.
Do you know what? If I remember, I will video my wife's reaction and put it in the Discord. And I have a prediction that's going to go something along the lines of, what the fuck?
Yes.
You need to take some time to come to terms with what you've done.
I'll be like, I'll sleep on the couch tonight. It's
Self-exile.
okay. I understand.
I'll just see myself out. So, yeah.
I don't deserve love after this thing I've created.
Chase her around the room, asking for a hug. Like, please, I just need to feel something.
Love me. I just enjoy the fact that, like, she has no idea what's been happening, and all of a sudden you're just like, what is going on?
Like last time I was drawing a sexy vampire lady and a cute drunk mushroom. And today, it is a whole other thing.
You can never tell where Doodle Crew is gonna go.
It's always the quiet ones. Wow. Just. Yeah. How often have you guys ever had moments when you're like, so this is the thing that I'm drawing?
Every single Comic-Con where I've ever taken a commission.
Fair. Very fair.
Someone paid money for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, on that vein, then, what's the weirdest commission you've ever been asked to draw? If it's something that someone in the chat has requested, we'll admit it.
Oh, God, there was one that wasn't my commission, but a friend of mine had to do, and it was the amount of very specific detail that the person put into it, and like just incredibly specific anatomy things that they wanted included was yeah, that one sticks with me. That one, I was like, oh, that is a thing. Joey, I feel like you've had probably the best out of all of them because you get all sorts of commissions.
I'm trying to think what the name of the race is from the Predator movies. Yaojui?
Okay.
Ujidi?
Sounds right to us.
Somebody in the chat knows, I'm sure. With their original character, making beautiful love. Beautiful, sweet love in the jungle.
Wait, which you said Predator, right?
Yeah.
So the actual Predators?
Yeah, with the dreadlocks. And
Okay.
the other one was their character was a human lady.
A human lady.
With
I got asked to draw Wonder
anatomy.
Woman breastfeeding once. That's about it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which was an odd request, but it was kind of sweet because it was for his wife, who he thought was a Wonder Woman because she made their child.
I mean, that's really sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with heart is in the right place.
Unless she wanted that. And
I never got the feedback of whatever she thought of it. I just drew the thing. He was like, feel free to say no. And I was like, I am poor, so I'm going to say yes.
Yep. There's been a couple of times where I've enjoyed when people have come to my table at Comic-Con and they're like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Like, I could not tell you what Yu-Gi-Oh card it was, but it was this big, like, technical, like, mech type creature. And I'm like, you looked at all of this stuff that I
thought
have
I was
displayed,
right.
and you thought, yep, she wants this one. And I was like, okay. The same thing with horror, though. When people, I did get to do a really cool Rob Zombie commission once where he wanted he just wanted like Rob Zombie, and so I looked at old like monster movie posters and pitched it and made it after that and like included his wife in it, and like I was really proud of that one, but I always laugh when I'm like, you wanted something horror or zombies or something and you came to me? Why did you do that? I am not right for this decision.
I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always the worst, though. Like, I hate drawing armor,
Oh gosh, yeah.
mechs, and I don't understand how this works.
No, yeah. I had someone who asked me for a Gundam, and I actually said no to that. I was like, I can't. I don't understand it. I will literally just be tracing something that I found on the internet because I don't know how to draw this. I was like, and then they animated them too. It just, I can't.
I do know that some fans don't like the new Gundams that are using 3D Gundams, and while I can totally understand if you're a big fan of the show, like not liking a new direction that they take artistically, but I was like, they didn't do them 3D the whole time. It's just I don't understand how they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like there's no way. How you couldn't draw that many times. There's no way.
That is animation sorcery right there when they draw Gundams.
Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. That's enough. I need to let my thing catch up though. So yeah.
Oh, Cthulhu Christ. I love it. I made myself laugh thinking of Kristen's drawing and a still human tuxedo mask acting totally oblivious to her current state and still wooing and showering her with that blob with roses.
Oh my god, now I want to add a rose to it. Oh jeez.
Yep. It's so good.
Oh yeah. I gotta add a rose to it now.
Do it.
I don't know where, but it needs one.
Yeah, to be fair, Mayor Squished, I think Doodle Crew was also probably one of the stranger things that I've drawn. Also coming back, Chunk Mushroom goes, woo! I love it.
I will actually put Drunk Mushroom on the sticker at some point. Maybe also My Little Nightmare.
Oh gosh. Guardian Rainy says, just like the window behind Vic, the darkness has crept in during the duration of this stream.
Truly. I forgot to color that eye.
Oh.
Here we go.
Cthulhu Christ says, like, imagine him holding that in his arms with a pretty pink moon silhouette in the background. It's done. I'm dead. I can't.
With like the sparkling bubbles and the rose petals,
Yeah.
and
that beautiful, watercolory background.
but of course it's just making like a gargling noise.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, let's say help me.
Oh god. Oh, I can't. Nope, done.
Where were you when I started this drawing? That would have been a great addition.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. She started the henshin normally, and halfway through it just went wrong.
Oh,
So sorry, I was making pizza. All right, so
that was a Negaverse like attack that actually worked.
oh yeah, which I just imagine like the Negaverse them standing there, be like kind of horrified because they've never actually had an attack work like that, and they're just like, oh.
Do we
no.
report this? Do we...
Her face
dear.
hurts from smiling. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
starting with Vic, would you like to give us a tour of your prompts?
Sure. Too many eyes, which
Nice.
looks comparatively adorable.
Really cute.
The cat pushing the candle off the counter,
Oh, it's so good.
which, depending on whether or not you own your own home, could be a nightmare. This was the adorable demon ritual summoning circle, which
Oh
was
my
less about
gosh.
the adorable circle and more just kind of became my own headcanon about birthday cakes. And then finally, this.
Yep. That.
Oh, the fingernail, the nails.
Oh God, I can't with the nails. I hate it so much. Oh,
So that's
my
the thing
gosh.
I did.
Hey, if people want to see more of your stuff, where can they find you?
Please be gentle. No hate trolling for this. If you want to send me like My Little Pony gifts, find me at idstar on most places. I'm mostly on Twitter and Instagram, to be honest. You can read my comic at dragoons.com, or there is real human holdable printed copies of that comic, which has absolutely no ponies in it.
I mean, Cthulhu Christ says, no lie, I'd get that pony as a tattoo. Also, Cthulhu Christ, I believe you. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Oh my god.
All right. Joey, you want to give us a tour
Sure.
of your haunted house?
So I also did Too Many Eyes. And I started off with a Cronenberg. Get them all the way in the picture there.
Oh, God.
I am particularly fond of the eyes for teeth up here.
Yeah.
I really like the
Because-
snide-looking eyes at almost like the bottom kind of right. They just look so smug.
Yeah. The eye in the
Um,
crevice of the ankle.
So many eyes. It's just so many eyes.
And then I also did Arson Cat.
With the face just gets me.
I feel like this cat belongs in its own 1990s comic.
Yeah.
Like it's got such a vibe. It's great.
That's so good.
What's the third prompt? I think it was this
Yes,
one,
favorite character.
being sinister.
Very
And
sinister.
then I also did a sandwich. Oh, my sandwich is a sandwich.
She's adorable.
I did one cute thing.
You did. You did.
Then we've got Kirby 8 Freddy, sponsored by Monster Energy. And I did sneak in a happy clown there when somebody was looking for a reprise from the Cronenbergs.
Oh, the happy clown.
And then I have Seuss as a Cronenberg.
Yeah. It's
love it.
so good. You nailed him so well. Oh God, I love it. I love it all so much. All right, Joey, where can people find you?
You can find more of my work at Slutty Mage all over the internet. Not Safe for Work stuff's on Twitter, Safe for Work stuff everywhere else.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Kristen. Let's do your tour.
So first one I did was the Smoking Pumpkin, which again I went for like one of those 1920s like, hey, how are you, kid? Sort of rum runners. I don't know, what do you want to call them? Second prompt was I combined the Mimic with Spooky Cupcake. So I have a Mimic Cupcake.
Yes.
So
I
I
love
kind of really
that.
like the
want that
idea
on
of
my-
combining those two.
Also, yes, I feel like the Smoking Pumpkin absolutely says, "Hey, doll."
Hey, oh yes.
100%.
Hey doll, how you doing?
Yeah.
Third one kind of got a little away from me, but it was the adorable summoning circle, summoning a demon. So I have a demon who is sick of your shit with the My Little Pony, since that keeps popping up.
Just
then
so
again,
over it. Just
so over it. Like, this is the third time this month that not only have you summoned me without a proper virgin sacrifice, but that you used a marketing campaign's circular insignia to do it. Like, could you please? Just crack open a Book of Solomon. Give me something legit. I don't even care. Just so and then
put out.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I didn't want spooky. I wanted just tired demon.
Done with your shit.
I mean, it's probably like delivery people during Christmas. It's demons during Halloween. They just get worked to death. They're tired of the world. And then last but not least was Sailor Blob, which I added the rose. So Sailor Moon got Cronenberg, or as Chris Cthulhu said, brought up from the 6th layer of the abyss.
Yep, that's burned into my brain. I will never be able to unsee that.
I actually in an animated sequence.
I had to put the rose there though. After
the rose is so good. It's so good.
Those were my 4, which once again we kind of went from kind of cute and could still maybe be cute. Not quite, and then not at all.
And just full horror.
Just full horror. We really ascended or descended into this.
I think it's descending. Yeah, I think we went down.
Whichever direction you want to go.
Oh gosh. And if people want to see more of your work, where could they find you?
Instagram's pretty good. I go by Kia or Kia Creations pretty much everywhere. Twitter, Tumblr, but Instagram is the one I probably check the most. I don't post a lot because I am super busy with other art projects that take every waking moment of my life. But I will check messages if you want to reach out. You can commission a Cronenberg century. I'll do a whole series now. They keep popping up on like BuzzFeed has like just Sailor Senshi or Disney princesses as something. And
you have your orders. You have to achieve BuzzFeed article status.
Yep. You're both going to end up on one of those big lists where you're like, My Little Pony, the way it was never meant to be, and the Sailor Senshi of your nightmares. Yep. Oh gosh. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. I stayed cute for a while. I really did. There we go. So I did my computer being haunted by a ghost. Just a little bit too real. So that's my ghost feels to that computer.
The detail.
And then I did a cute little tween wolf. Tween wolf is having some puberty things happening. So curious.
He's got bone boxers though.
Outstanding.
Nope. I did a cute little sandwich. Again, she was making a pumpkin out of sand. And I had spiders on her swimsuit top, but then that didn't look right. So I switched it to webs, which looks a little bit better. And then my final one, I did the Jughead Jason Voorhees. Just being real cheerful. Just yeah. He's just so
I love
happy.
that slogan.
That's not ketchup.
And then it ends with like one of those bump rim shots. Like,
oh yeah, it definitely.
And
like,
that's the end of the episode.
Da, da.
Roll credits.
Credits. And it's just him in that like frozen picture as all of the names like just scroll up over his face. Oh gosh, yeah.
But then like the newspaper articles of like how many were dead and like team slaughtering like slowly fade in from the signs.
Oh gosh, I love it. If you want to see more of my stuff, none of which is horror, you can follow me across the internet at a swan named Emily. Thank you so much. If you want to see more posts from Doodle Crew, follow us all over the place at Doodle Crew Draw. Also, hit up our link tree. The amazing Mayor Squish in chat has updated it. So we have our guest artists, we have our regular artists, we have everybody there, so you can find all of their socials. as well. But our Instagram posts all of our art from all of the different episodes that we've done. Also, head over to the YouTube, over to my YouTube, and you can see all past episodes. You can also catch all of the interviews that I did for our mid-season break. And yeah, if you have more prompts that you'd like to dangle in front of us that we can then destroy and make worse, send them to us. We will happily make things worse.
Your beloved characters you'd like us to ruin.
Yeah, if you want us to ruin some stuff, let us know. We will happily ruin. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you all for coming out. This was wonderful. Thank you for letting us just bring horror to your evening. So yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy